seems Soma was just trolling us. Seems that he was not saying it's bad because he was worried, it's because he has decided to pull another blade on all of this. However, and this seems to be Soma's victory, although we do not hear it. But at least we finally got another Elite 10's explanation on why he joined the Asami administration. And I gotta say, Asami, you are one big liar. Or maybe it's better to call you a white liar. What you said is a lie, but it's also the truth. Hi for those who are watching, it's the Angry Me fan, still salty from Megami's loss. And yes, I know what you're gonna say. Will you quit bitchy about that? And I'm saying, no, no, I'm not. Until I get that one chapter that I want, I'm not gonna let this live down a single bit. But now that so I'm gonna always say that. And in this chapter, it seems that Saito is the winner as he cuts Soma's blade. As Soma prepares one last thing, he decides to ask Saito, what is it? Why did you join the central administration? And he just says, for my ideals, for those I must protect. You all remember what I said last week. I said that I believed that Saito may have joined the Asami administration central because of revenge. You know, their goal is to change the restaurants all across the world, and in essence, that it is also taking revenge on the sushi restaurants that practically destroyed his mother. And in a way, that is what is true here. It's just that this is so cryptical that I don't like it. Is that Asami played on Saito's worry about his mother, and then just put on that affably, extremely disgusting thing, saying like she was treated bad just because she was a woman, and then succumbed to illness. Such things are not to be tolerated. Okay, this says the no. Okay, this coming from a guy that emotionally abused his own daughter. I'm just saying. However, I think he is saying that because he's taking his idol into this image. Because, you know, his idol's spirit was broken. Although he didn't succumb to illness, he did get his spirit broken. So, this is what I mean by that white lie. He is showing sympathy for all this, completely and utterly ignoring that this is almost what he did to his own daughter, who, by the way, is a girl. So the fact that he's just saying that a woman that was treated unfairly in the kitchen, not to mention the fact that we still haven't gotten a single clue on what happened to the Naikiri wife, mind you. If it's just as all the other theorists says, that she's either dead from overworking or Asami did something to her, then this just further shows that Asami is a hypocrite. But again, that is not something we have seen yet. And will we ever? Nah, probably not. Because in the end, Irina's mother and Soma's mother, those are the biggest mystery of this manga so far. We will get them answered, just not the way we want to. So he's saying that lend me a hand and I will get you the revolutions. At first, Saito refused because, according to him, a warrior's code is not to revolt. Um, However, then Asami has pulled it. What you call a revolt, I call achievement of gallant fighters that move forward to history itself. And then he says, but above else, it's the duty of the martial arts to wield his blade to protect the weak. We cannot allow anyone else to be victimized like your mother was. So yes, his goal is in life very similar to what I said before. It is revenge. However, it's also the fact that protect the weak. Again, that is not Asami's goal. He's not protecting the weak. He is changing the weak into one circle that will eventually become just as bad as the strong bullying the weak. I mean, Asami sees his goal as a real deal. The fact that he saw his idol, who were strong, being broken down in huge demands by other people. That's why he says to protect the weak, because he considers his senpai, Yoshiro, weak from succumbing to all this. However, protecting the weak, that is not his goal. That is not what Asami really wants. He wants to take the restaurants, even restaurants that have nothing to do with this thing, including those ramen restaurants. He's forcing them to do one thing else there. So he is twisting the truth here. Not to mention, again, he made his own daughter extremely being put down. So, Asami, you are such a scumbag. It's honestly making me want to throw up. Because in the end, it's what I said, it's a white lie. He is completely true. Protecting the weak is just what a chef should do. Still, that is not what Central really wants. Not a single bit. So, well, and the fact that Saito just wanted to protect his mother for all this, which is actually the one and only thing I consider pure of this, he decided to join. With that, Soma, the cooking time is almost over, but Soma has one final thing to do. He acknowledges Saito, saying that I am the same as you. I'm also protecting. This world is full of ideals that I'm also protecting for my own sake. In the end, they are really the evil counterparts of each other. They both have people they want to protect. It's just that they protect the. However, Soma just protects his family, while Soma protects all of the other people. His dish is finished as the aroma fills the entire place and completely and utterly entrances the judges. It's a Yukira style fragrant butter pilaf in a sushi, something like sushi rice stuffed into an abora aged or fried tofu. And it's incredibly delicious. The fact that they are getting hungry just from saying it. But Nikome is quite worried, seeing that key to an inuarashi is something like a contrast between the sweet flavors and the abundant age and the clear, bright flavor of the vinegared sushi rice. With that rich butter pilaf as a filling, the dish is going to end up too heavy. So how does Soma does it? Well, they take a bite and immediately get drawn into it. It's an unbelievable flavor that the butter-drenched abora age with Anne's lips with each bite and spreads throughout her mouth. It's one mind gone butter colored. As the judges eats, they mentions how much delicious it is and how it's overpowering. As someone mentions that first he didn't wash the rice before making the pilaf. He watched the grains break. He watched grains break that broke easily, and they tend to stick together. Therefore, he seasoned them, washed them away with the Albora aged fat, in order to make the flavor better. And then he made his special mochi sauce that we all know he had. Normally, you would use butter, flour, and milk, which makes for a rather heavy sauce. However, instead, Soma did different. He did the soy milk and the sliced mochi, which preserved that thick richness without any of the oilness. Therefore, he sprinkled several different varieties of cheese on top of a sauce before finishing the dish in the oven. These cheese were very nicely salty and mellow flavor of the dish. Indeed, it is incredibly delicious to Anne. It's basically being attacked from a sword of the enemy from many different sides. As she gets caught up in a nice foodgasm, the judges get taken away. So with that, Soma actually opens all of his eyes in clear amazement, just wondering where are those so strong? As Soma just taunts Soma by saying that what is bad if I try to defeat you with just one blade, senpai? Are we then assume that yes, this is Soma's win for the win? He overpowered Saitos' dish and all that. The chapter, however, ends quite strange as Kuga and Nene appears back in the story, and apparently it's they decide to go back to the stadium in order to see what's happening to Juki and Soma. However, as soon as they're about to go, they run into someone, which they both scream, "Yeah!" And who is the one they're running into? Well, I want to know that myself. Whose shadow is that? Given to the fact that it's a black tuxedo, is it possible that that's just Asami trying to be his own douchey self? Or is it possible that there's someone else? I mean, they almost seem to recognize the one they met. But given their nervous reactions, maybe it's just Asami. I don't know who it is. I was hoping it's gonna be a stranger, but I don't think it is. So yeah, this is Asami in a nutshell. He plays on emotion, people emotion, in order to make them turn over. He played on Hayama's dedication to Yun in order to make him submit to the Central. And now he did the same by pulling a little bit white lie about protecting the weak, just the same as his mother. Suomei's goal of protecting his mother and honoring what he did is in my way actually honorable. And again, the sushi chefs he defeated were quite rude. But again, doing that will eventually make you know better than anything else, and that does not make him a martial artist anymore. So I safe to say that Soma won this, but Megami did not. Yes, I will keep saying that. I will. So who is the stranger? Is that Asami? Is it Yoshiro? Or just someone else? You give me your false Viviani.